you already know the drill. 2 new Dokkan Fest banners means that there's quite a selection of units available in the red coin shop. But the question is, who should you purchase? I'm going to go through each individual unit, tell you things you might want to consider, just give you my honest opinions on them to help you guys decide. But before we hop in, I have to say thank you so much for 12,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate the insane support. We are now on the road to 13K before the end of the worldwide, and only you guys can make that possible. I really do appreciate the love and support again. Let's hop straight into this. So, I'm going to say this right off the bat. When it comes to your red coins, I think, personally, new units are always going to be more worth it than dupes. So, for example, if you don't have AGL Bardock is going to help you out more than buying a dupe of Str Vegito, because even though a dupe can give you just a little bit more crits, AGL Bardock is going to come through and help you with a lot of different teams. Look at that. One dupe of a unit does not equate to the potential of a completely new unit, especially someone like Bardock. So just keep that in mind. I always recommend purchasing new units with your red coins, okay? Now that I got that out the way, let's hop into each individual unit. First, we have Str Vegito. I mean, personally, I do think Str Vegito is definitely worth your red coins. I mean, he fits on, he's not on the craziest amount of categories considered, like, you know, or compared to like someone like Bardock, but 8 categories is pretty good. The categories he's on are very, very powerful as well. But I mean, Str Vegito is still, I would say, a top 10 unit in the game, or top 10 LR in the game. They're very, very, very powerful. And if you don't have Str Vegito, I think he's going to add a lot of value is behind this unit. So I definitely recommend picking him up whenever you get the chance, especially if you have over 500 red coins. Keep in mind that the LRs here are, you know, 500 red coins, whereas just regular Dokkan Fest are 400, so just keep that in mind. Next we have LR Buhan, or Bootanks, sorry. LR Bootanks, in my opinion, is definitely worth the red coins as well. I mean, the teams that he's on, I mean, if you have a really good Majin Power team, I recommend purchasing this guy. If you love running Majin Buu Saga or need help on things like power absorption, transformation boost, artificial life forms, I think this guy definitely makes a nice fit for all of those teams, and he is very, very powerful. Another really great thing about LR Buhan, or Bootanks here, is his link set. Things like, wait a second, hold on. There it is. I'm about to say, big bad bosses, once he does transform, he does have access to this link. And every single big bad boss's unit at link level 10, you guys know, goes crazy. So again, I think he's definitely worth it. And he's, for me personally, he's on that same tier as Str Vegito. Next, we do have LR AGL Gohan. Now this dude, if you have not managed to pull this guy somehow, would I say he's worth it? I think in terms of his leader skill, he is. Because I do think he's still the best Kamehameha leader. But like, honestly, I mean, dude, he's on so many categories. It's hard for me to sit here and say he's not worth it. How many categories is that? That's 14 categories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's on 14 categories, dude. Oh my god. So again, in terms of all of his categories, I mean, his links, he does link up perfectly with the new LR Goku. I mean, his leader skill is really good for Kamehameha. I mean, he does stack defense. He doesn't really take much damage. For all of those reasons, I would say he's worth it. But this guy is appearing on every single banner. So it's like, the last thing you want to do is spend coins on a unit and then end up pulling them next multi, which happens to everyone. So that's actually another, you know, great point to make. Don't spend your red coins until you are done summoning, okay? Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna buy one of these units and end up pulling the next multi. It's happened to way too many people, all right, for you to do it. So please do not make that mistake. But yeah, I would say Gohan is definitely worth it. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the unit. I have him Rainbow Link level 10, but he's just, you know, he's still a good unit. You know, hopefully they end up changing his active skill requirement. Because it's just kind of dog, to be honest. Anyways, let's continue moving on here. We have LR Cell now. LR Cell, I mean, I have him link level 10 as well, I believe. He's on a lot of categories as well. Big bad bosses. I mean, I can't sit here and say he's not worth it, but I do think there are better units on this list for sure. His leader skill, I mean, is pretty good. I don't really find myself running this guy as leader too often. But again, it's a pretty good leader skill. And again, I mean, overall, he's fine. Like, he's not someone you're going to be like needing, but he does help in a lot of SVR stages, ESVR stages, difficult content, stuff like that. So That is my opinion on Cell. But I would say for sure the most, like, Vegito and Buhan are definitely, I would say, in this list so far that we've looked at, the most valuable so far. Next, we have the 3-year LRs. Now, surprisingly, I would actually, if you have STR Vegito, but you don't have the 3-year LR here, or this Int Vegito, I would say this guy is worth it. Once they fuse, they share every single link. This Int Vegito and STR Vegito, once they both fuse, share every single link. So when you have all these links active, I mean, on rotation of both Vegitos, the counters, the damage just goes insane. It is one of my personal favorite rotations, and I have this guy Rainbow Link level 10, so this guy does a lot of damage. Dude, when he gets his EZA as well, he's going to be absolutely disgusting. So I do think, I mean, again, if you don't have him, and if you didn't pull him from Goku's banner, or I think he's on Goku's banner, I would say this Vegito is worth the red coins. Now, remember that these 3-year LRs could easily get EZAs within the next year, so they're going to be insane when they get EZAs. Now, when it comes to physical Gogeta here, I don't think he's as good simply because he doesn't have a partner similar. I mean, I guess you can say Tech Gogeta is a good partner for this guy, but I think STR Vegito and Int Vegito just work better, right, than something like Tech Gogeta. I guess I Tech Vegito, I meant Tech Gogeta, the new one that's coming out during Tanabata, and this Gogeta right here, right? So, like, again, like, this guy's good, definitely, like, he's still aged. These are definitely the best. Int Vegito and Physical Gogeta are the best aging LRs, in my opinion, without EZAs or anything like that, right? They're just still so powerful, and I would say Int Vegito's worth it. Like, I would say he's more worth the coins than this Physical Gogeta, but again, when they get EZAs, they're both going to be absolutely disgusting. Then we have the GT Golden Week units here. We have Goku and we have Vegeta. Now, I've seen a few people say they're not really worth the red coins, and I would say it just depends, right? Physical Goku, Physical Vegeta, I mean, if you're going to run a Super Saiyan's team, like, for example, having the new Super Saiyan Goku on the team, I think this guy can be a wonderful asset because, again, his ability to change orbs into rainbow. Like, this guy allows for a very, very, very cohesive team build. Of course, if you do love running GT Heroes, which again is a very good team, if you have units like, let me actually show you, because again, I think having these specific units is going to help you guys out a lot. Let me go to GT Heroes really quick. If you have, I don't know why I put super class, but if you have this Trunks and Goten as well as this Goten and Gohan units, I think purchasing the GT units are going to be, a benefit to you because these guys support those units like crazy. This unit supports both Vegeta's family and Goku's family, whereas this unit supports GT Heroes, right? So if you already have these two units but don't have the actual GT Dokkan Fest yet, I would recommend actually purchasing them because, again, they help a lot with GT Heroes, which is going to be an up-and-coming team, especially when LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta comes out. But GT Heroes, again, a very powerful category. But their ability to change orbs, especially on a broken Super Saiyans team like this. Look at Super Saiyans, dude. Look at Super Saiyans. Look at Super Saiyans. Having, floating units who are giving ki to this team just makes things very, very dumb. It's like super OP, which is why this guy was so good for so long, because his ability to change orbs into rainbow. And just because Goku can do that and Vegeta could do that, I think they're worth it alone. I think people do underrate that ability. Now, they're both very, very good themselves. If you, again, running a GT Heroes team, they do get stronger when they have GT Heroes units on the rotation, whether it's defensively or offensively. So again, I think if you're going to run them maybe as floaters or for a Super Saiyan's team or GT Heroes, I think they're definitely worth it. They're not units that are going to, break your game or break the account. They're not like that crazy good, but I do definitely think they are worth it, and I do think you might want to consider purchasing them. Age of Bardock, I mean, he is slowly aging, but the moment that there is a Frieza Legendary Goku event, which I do think is slightly confirmed because we got Vegeta, which means they're doing more characters, and Frieza has a lot of transformations, so it only makes sense that they'd give one for Frieza here. But this guy is going to be crazy in that Frieza event. So is the new Goku, by the way. But again, this guy does fit on Goku Super Saiyan's team. So I mean, Bardock does stack defense as well. So again, he is a unit that I actually recently just pulled. I've been waiting to pull this guy for a long time. He does buff quite a few categories, as you can see right here. It definitely helps in a lot of difficult content. So I would say that Bardock is definitely worth the red coins. Then we have Physical Frieza, who was one of the better TURs in the game for a few months or so. This guy also stacks defense. He has access to a lot of different things, and his ability to have that turn 1 transformation allows him to be very, very powerful in a lot of situations. And of course, he does fit on a good amount of categories. I will say, if you have, all right, the new third form Frieza. Can I find him here real quick? The new third form Frieza, who I believe supports sworn enemies, right? Let me actually check really quick. I forgot what that guy supports. I believe it's sworn enemies, but I could be incorrect. Let me just check really quick. Yeah, so I would say if you end up pulling this guy right here, or if you ended up pulling this new Frieza right here, I do think having this Frieza is definitely worth it, because again, having that 3-key 40% attack and defense support, with like the new LR Frieza and this guy on the team, it's just gonna make things very, very, very powerful. Doesn't even matter what event you're facing, to be honest. Like, this guy is going to feed off of that tremendously. And again, I mean, it just depends on the units that you have. If you don't really have a good Wicked Bloodline team, then I wouldn't really recommend running this guy, because again, or buying this guy, because even though he's on things like Reps of Universe 7, as you guys can see here, there's so many better options in this guy. So yeah, that's just my opinion. But again, he's good, but I would say you want to run him on Wicked Bloodline specifically. Then we have STR Cooler, who I personally do not think is worth the red coins. I know people still have him, all high and mighty and stuff, but this guy is slacking defensively. I don't care what anyone says. This guy gets slapped up in today's difficult content. In today's difficult content, this guy is getting slapped up, and I know he was so hyped for so long and so good, but I feel like people are forgetting that this guy is falling off. I know he has guaranteed crits and stuff against a lot of the game, but this guy's not the unit that a lot of people think he is. His links are amazing. His leader skill is pretty good. Again, he's a very powerful unit, but he's not what people are making him out to be. I have him 55%, link level 10, and he is not worth it. Now, I will say, if you have him rainbowed link level 10, he's obviously going to look a lot better, but for someone who has him 55% link level 10, I can show you guys right now, he is not really worth it. Okay, where's my STR Cooler? There you go, link level 10, 55%. If that's going to be your first copy of Cooler, I just wouldn't recommend it, because again, he's not what everyone makes him out to be, in my opinion. I think he's very overrated. Then we have Nimit Goku. This guy, not worth it unless he's getting an easy A. We don't know if he's getting an easy in the celebration, but if he does, he's going to be worth it probably. If he doesn't, then he's just kind of mid, in my opinion. Then we have AGL Metal Cooler. I mean, he's a really good Wicked Bloodline leader, right? I think it's 3-key, 3-key 170 to all stats. But the issue is himself, he's not really the craziest unit. So for that reason, I wouldn't really consider purchasing him, but he's not bad, right? I also have him link level 10, 3 dupes, and he's not really putting out the numbers that you would really want to see, right? Then we also have the new, not the new Goku and Frieza, but the easy A's for this celebration, AGL Goku and Tech Frieza. Because of their easy A's, I would say that you might want to consider purchasing them if you do not have them, but I would say other units here take precedence. So I would say these two units down here, because of their easy A's, are worth it. They're going to help out with a ton of freaking, look at this, a ton of freaking teams. So I would 100% say they're worth it, especially with their easy A's, but other units here take precedence. And what I mean by that is there's more important units to buy. So let me just rank them for you, because I already went through each of these units. Let me just rank them for you in terms of importance, in my opinion. We have Str Vegito, 100% worth it. Physical Buhan, 100% worth it. I would say, would I say Vegito is 100% worth it? I think, again, these guys are getting easy A's. They're very good. I would say they're worth it. I wouldn't say they're 100% worth it, though. I do think they're worth it, though. I would say Vegito, Boo-Tanks, the GT units, and the easy A units are 100% worth it as of right now. I do think Bardock is, again, I would say everyone here is worth it, except from Cooler to AGL Metal Cooler, okay? those that like these 4 units right here, I would say they're not worth it. I just skipped over this guy because I do not like this guy. Yeah, I don't think he's worth it either. But again, those 4 units, I would say, yeah, just don't even worry about these guys. Everyone else, in my opinion, is worth it, but I think Vegito and Buhan are boot tanks. It's the same thing. I would say they're the best units on this list without a doubt. But again, if let's say you don't have this Vegeta, he's going to be a massive help to a lot of your teams, okay? And is a very great unit himself. If you don't have AGL Bardock, he's going to help out a ton of your teams, and again is going to be, in my opinion, just very beneficial to have because he does help out in a lot of difficult content as well. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you think you're going to purchase? Who do you want to purchase? Again, new units are always better than, you know, purchasing dupes of other units. I will tell you right now that it's very hard for me to cater this to every single person because everyone's box just looks different. So because of that, I can't be more specific with like, yeah, definitely buy Vegito, because what if you have Vegito 3 dupes, right? But you don't have like a copy like Physical Gogeta, right? Is Physical Gogeta like worth more than the Rainbow for STR Vegito? I would say 100%, because guess what? At 2 dupes, you already have the main things in the hidden potential done, right? Like, let me show you. Let me actually go back out of here real quick. Just go to STR. I'll just go to like Turles, right? For 2 dupes, right? In 2 dupes, you max out all of the additionals and all of the possible crits in a unit. So if you have 3 dupes in a unit, getting that last dupe to fill out this the last few orbs here is not worth it. The stat increase is not really that crazy. I would 100% say yes, go for the new unit. Go for the new unit, because even though Physical Gogeta is not as good as STR Vegito, Physical Gogeta, where is he? Yeah, Physical Gogeta here does help out on a few teams, especially things like Connected Hope, which needs to help. Also things like Otherworld Warriors that needs to help. I wouldn't say Movie Heroes needs to help, but I do think Fusion needs it as well. His links are pretty good, and again, he will be getting an easy at some point in the future. So again, I'm always going to sit here and say new units are definitely better than just dupes, so keep that in mind. But if you guys did enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, let me know who you're going to choose, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.